what are the characteristics of a project? A project has a unique purpose. It is temporary. It requires resources, often from various areas. Progressive elaboration, should have a primary customer or sponsor. It involves uncertainty. So who is a project manager? I think this is the major thing that we must address today. At least I want us to know so that you can know the impact or the role that you play in an organization. So if you've taken interest in project management, then who is a project manager? What does a project manager do? What are your functions? What are expected of you as a proficient project manager? So I have something put down here. I said, the person assigned by the performing organization to lead the project team that is responsible for achieving the project objectives. The project manager performs a variety of functions, such as facilitating the project team work to achieve the outcome, managing the processes to deliver intended outcome. So what is expected of you as a project manager is that you are expected to lead a project team that is responsible to achieving a particular objective. And then you are expected to facilitate the teamwork to achieve that outcome and also to manage processes. So as a project manager, you are a doer. One thing about project management is that project management does not allow for excuses. Project management, as a project manager, you do not have room for a lot of excuse, because whenever there is a project and you are given the task to lead a project, what they are expecting from you is that you deliver. And this happened, something happened. Yes, you can communicate and manage expectation, but what is expected primarily of a project manager is that you deliver on a set objective. For example, if you're working with an engineering team or you have a group of people that you're working on a task together and you have been given the assignment to lead them as a project manager for the objective of that project to be achieved, what is expected of you is that you have to facilitate the teamwork within the project team so that the outcome can be achieved. And then also you manage the processes, and that has to do with managing people, managing teams, managing different experts on different tasks. And what's about a project manager that you must know is that a project manager is not a know-all. You don't have to know it all, because you don't have to. If for example, if you're given the project to build a house, you don't necessarily have to know how to build a house from beginning to end, but you must know what is expected of those that have been given that assignment. You must know what is expected from those that have been contracted for certain work. For example, the plastering, what are the expectations for whoever is going to do the plastering work? How do you want it to look? What do you expect from that person? A project manager must know that. And then you have a project team. It's a set of individuals performing the work of the project to achieve its objectives. So within, building a house, you might have those that are digging the ground for the foundation. You would have all kinds of experts working on the same project. And there might be more than one. Working on the same project just to ensure that the objectives are achieved, just to ensure that we have our 3-story building. So we have what we call a project team. Those are those that work on the project to ensure that the project's objectives are achieved. And then project management itself, some of us gave some definition which are quite all right, but they are not as complete as I would have loved to. Project management is the application of knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques to project activities to meet the project objectives. And let's put it here, within a certain timeline, within a given timeline. Make it complete. See, and that was what I didn't get earlier when we were giving our definition. One thing about project management is that there is always a timeline. Whatever does not have a timeline is not a project. if it is just this point you're going to take away from this class, it is very, very important. I wouldn't mind. Something cannot be considered a project if it does not have an ending. So we cannot say, don't worry, I will build the house, don't worry. When are you going to get, don't worry. No. The moment something has a timeline, then we can regard it as a project. Your education is a project. Because, for example, if you want to go for your master's or your MBA or your degree, you cannot go with the mind that you are going to be there without knowing when you are expected to graduate. Forget the fact that we are in this country and then ASU can contribute to your number of years in school. As per the Nigeria we did, you get. But primarily, your degree education, except you're doing engineering, nursing, or any course in the College of Medicine that might require you to, invest 5 years and above in school. But a regular degree should be 4 years. You know when you gained admission, and you know when you're expected to graduate, that, okay, I'm doing a 4-year course. I gained admission 2014. I should graduate 2014. I should graduate 2018. So it is a project. Whatever has a beginning as an end, it can be considered a project. And whatever does not have a timeline to it cannot be considered. And lastly, these are the things that I will share with us. So know the kind of impact that we make in the industry. So what are the impact of project management, especially in tech? Enhanced collaboration. One of the things that project management does is that it allows for collaboration. What are the impact of a project manager in tech? Data-driven decision-making, agile methodologies. For those that will be subscribing to this course, we'll go into these things in depth. There's a lot to it, but I will just, try to orientate us of what this course actually entails. You can see that I have multiple slides here. But these are the things you're focusing on today to introduce this to us. Agile methodologies. Agile itself is a course in project management. It is a course itself. It has its principles, its in-depth knowledge and how it is applied. Resource optimization. As a project manager, these are the impact that we make in the industry. Improved quality control, faster time to market, risk mitigation. These, among others, are the impact of project managers, especially in the tech industry and every other field. Like I said, project management is applicable to life every day. And like I said, even our life as a human is a project, because you have the day you were conceived, even though you don't know the day that you're going to leave the earth, but you and I know that there is a timeline and that one day you are expected to leave the earth. You understand? So there is a beginning and there is a end. None of us is going to live forever. We might not know the end, but there is a timeline that is privy to God. So life is project, and you can apply this to your daily life. Whatever you want to do, if you want to achieve something, don't plan something without giving yourself a timeline. It's one of the greatest deceits that you can do to yourself. Don't deceive yourself and say, and that's one thing about project. Because of timeline, it does not allow for procrastination. So timeline in projects eliminates procrastination. Because if you tell yourself that, Bolaji, I must achieve my MBA in the next 3 years. I want my MBA achieved. I must achieve my MBA in the next, and I'm giving myself between 2025 and 2028, I must have my MBA. Or between 2025 and 2029, 4 years. Within that 4 years, I must achieve my MBA. And I hold myself accountable. But if you say, oh my God, I plan my MBA, I plan. When? I plan. If you don't give it a timeline, it's not going to be achieved. It's not going to be achieved. That is why I'm saying it's very applicable to life, and it's very applicable to the things that we do. Because the primary role of a project manager is to go and deliver value, is to go and deliver product, value creation. And like I said, the work of a project manager is not to entertain many excuses, is to be a problem solver, to be intuitive, to manage resources, to ensure that the set objective is achieved. All right, so that is, what project management is. And for those that will be interested in going into this course, I can bet it with you, it is an interesting course. It is an interesting course. It is an interesting course. It's such an interesting course. Then we have different methodologies in project management, but that is not our emphasis today. I'm just introducing this course to us. We have difference from the methodology that is applied to building a house is different from what is applied to building a software product. It's different. There are methodologies to that. And even in a methodology, we now have other frameworks, other light frameworks and methodologies under certain methodologies. So, but it's an interesting field, it's an interesting course. And I'm glad that many of us have taken interest into, wanting to know what does project management speaks to, what are expected of a project manager? What do I have to know? What are the knowledge I must acquire? So today, this is where we're going to end our class today. But please, it's not just because I'm obligated to take questions. I want to take your questions. So if you want to ask a question, please, you can signify, and then I will unmute you so that you can speak. Please use the emojis to signify if you have a question. I believe we should have a question because I'm just introducing project management to us. So if you ask questions, please, I want you to ask questions. So please go ahead. You can signify by raising up your hand in the comment section. I'm looking there already for those who want to ask one or two questions. Okay. All right. Okay, Fataki Wasil has a question. Good. Let me allow you to ask your question. All right. All right. Fataki Wasil, please go ahead and ask your question. Unmute and ask your question.
Okay, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Firstly, I would like to appreciate your efforts concerning this course. Based on this course, I wanted to ask a question. I think project management. For we that we intend to attend this monetary aspect of it. Can you tell us the amount for the paid and the time?
Hello, sir. I cannot hear you clearly. Your audio is quite unstable.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, it's better. Please go on.
I said for we that we are interested in paid training.
Okay.
Particular.
Okay.
I think I wish if you can tell us the amount and the time for this training.
Oh.
Because
okay.
Then one or two days the introduction aspect of it. So
okay.
That's why I want to.
Okay. If I understand your question, for those of you who have attended this free session, you want to know the details of what the paid session entails, if I'm correct. All right. So the facilitator would communicate that to us. I believe, are you on the WhatsApp channel, Mr. Fatoki? Are you on the WhatsApp channel?
Sure.
Yes, so that will be communicated to us, by the facilitator. He has that in mind. For the entire 4 weeks is free, but for the paid sessions, the facilitator will communicate to us on the channel, on the WhatsApp channel, so that everybody can be informed. So I think we should watch out for that. In due time, it will do that. Thank you. Who else is okay? Abiola, please go on, unmute yourself.
Thank you very much. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Yes. My questions are in three folds.
Okay.
First is that let's treat this as a project also. I want you to give us like a breakdown of someone who is coming newly with zero knowledge about project management into the industry. How long do you think that person can go on an intensive training and get ready to be employable for the first job?
Okay.
So that we can have an idea of
what is
we are looking
expected,
at, especially for people who are new into the market.
Okay.
Then the second one is that what are the available job opportunities both within and outside the country? How lucrative is this?
Okay.
Because I'm sure lots of us have gone for different trainings on different fields, and at the end of the day, many people still see that they are still unable to secure job opportunities. So can you enlighten us maybe with your experience and examples of how people have been able to quickly or slowly get jobs within Nigeria and outside?
Okay.
Then thirdly, what does the remuneration, what does it look like?
What does it look like
for starters? Intermediate level and experts.
Okay.
Because most of us here, I'm sure we are driven by the passion of what we can make we are going into. Because many of us come from different backgrounds, but we find ourselves here. So what are we looking at in terms of monetary value? Thank you.
All right. Wow, what a very good question. The first one is, how long does it take? Now, the project management course at every level should not be more than 3 months or thereabouts. And I can tell you that within that period of time, you will have acquired the required knowledge to be employable. So there is a website already. So for those of us that want to get more details about the duration of the courses, what is expected, amount, and all of that, there's a website on the WhatsApp channel. The facilitator can help us repost it, where you can go and then you can see the duration of each course is there. But I can tell you that in an intensive environment like this, like Brightflare, where you're equipped with the necessary knowledge, the requisite knowledge to perform excellently in your field, the project management course itself, it is a 35-hour course on a professional basis. For those that want to write the professional exams, you can do a 35 hours professional lecture, and the professional exams is PMP. We call it PMP, Project Management Professional, and it is a globally recognized professional certificate for project managers. And then we have, other methodology certificates. But I can tell you that in less than 3 months or in 3 months, you can acquire the necessary knowledge. And then number two, you asked a very good question, like what is the relevance of this, in Nigeria and abroad? I can tell you, and you can yourself, it doesn't take my word for it. You can, information are available everywhere. You can browse, you can search it. Project management is a globally needed course. People are looking for project managers all around the world, especially in the advent of technology. In fact, project management has become more relevant in the age of technology. For those of us that would like to specify in the area of IT and technology, there are methodologies that apply to that area under project management. I can tell you for free that is one of the most required courses today all around the world, because if you talk about, everyone you see in tech working, building a product, maybe coding, doing something, they are working towards building a product. And for you to build a product, there must be someone managing the product. You cannot pack people together and say work, and they say just work at your discretion. There must be a project manager so that to ensure that values and products are created. So it is all around the world. And one thing about project management as well is that if you can deliver on set objectives, the reward is enormous. So you can start from information as well, both in Nigeria, locally and internationally. Project management is needed, and they are in need. Project management, they are in need, especially in the tech industry, even in fintech, in IT, everywhere you can think of. So project management is a valuable course. And I'm not saying this because, I am one. I wouldn't lie to you there. I don't have any reason to do so, but I can bet it with you that it is a needed course. And you can browse yourself, to get information. And then thirdly, the remuneration. What does the industry look like? I can tell you that as an, let me say, as a newbie, maybe you're just, entering into the project management field. You have maybe less than 2 years experience, and then you're still a junior manager. Let me speak in the fintech sector. In the fintech sector, you cannot earn less than maybe say between 350, 400, even for junior project managers. For those that are already senior project managers or mid-level project managers, you can talk about 600 and above. And for senior project managers, then you can begin to talk about millions, million plus, and all of that. So, and one thing about project management is, it's not just about the number of years that you spend, it's about how you deliver. If you are delivering and you are bringing something to the table, you and I agree that you can fast track your achievement and increase your remuneration by doing that. You get, it is about how do you deliver. For example, if I'm an employee and I'm employed as a project manager, and then you deliver my project within the set agreed timeline, I give you another one, you deliver at the timeline, you're already increasing your value. So it's not about, I've spent 10 years, it's about how do you deliver. So you can be a junior manager, project manager in 2025, and I can tell you that you can be a mid-level project manager even before the end of 2026, based on your delivery capacity. So I can tell you that the industry pays well, even in Nigeria. Like I said, as a mid-level project manager, you are not going to earn anything less than 500, 600 and above. And for senior project managers, then you can begin to talk of million plus. And you can also negotiate what you want to earn based on how you deliver and based on the number of experience that you have. I've seen people negotiate. I know project managers that earn over 2 million naira. And I can bet you they are not even, they don't have 10 years experience, but they have a record of delivering. It's all about interest. They have a record of delivering. And these are young, and I'm talking about young people that are in just their late 20s, and they're already earning 2 million and above. So it's about how you deliver. It's about the experience that you have in the industry and how you can contribute to an organization. You can always, but I can tell you that is a needed profession, and management is highly, highly in demand, both in Nigeria and outside Nigeria. Okay, I will just, let me have one more question to answer. Mr. Arinze, unmute your speaker, Mr. Arinze, let me answer your question.
I'm not very,
Mr. Arinze, I can hear you, please go on.
I'm not necessarily asking a question, but I'm happy and better.
Mr. Arinze, I can't get what you're saying. Your background has,
Can you hear me now?
Your background is noisy. Okay, please go on.
Okay. I said that I'm glad that most people already asked the question that most of us would like to ask. But the thing is, I think we have so many slides to go through, and we are working with time. So I feel there's definitely going to be a section for the Q&A. I mean, the question and answers. So, and all these questions are not regarding the probably the beginning level of our lectures to come after, so that we shouldn't digress the whole lot. Let us just finish the slides, learn what we can. Then we can ask this questions that by the side. So that's why I feel these questions are just, general questions that most of us would like to ask, but not why we are having the class. Probably you definitely tell us, okay, do you have questions? And we can definitely ask, much that maybe at the end of the class. So that we can just go on and, finish the slides out of time.
I understand you. So, Mr. Arenze,
Thank
all
you.
the slides that I have here is not for this class, actually. So, yes, I have a lot of slides here, but it's not for this class. So I'm just, I'm tasked with, introducing us to project management.
Okay, that was not fair.
Okay. And okay. Okay, Mosun, I can see your message. Mosun says, I am not on the project manager WhatsApp group. Okay, so I will ask Mr. Adewale to add you. Mr. Adewale, can you drop your phone number here? Mosun, if I drop your phone number here, your WhatsApp phone number in the comment section so that you can be added to the group. All right, let me take one last question. Someone has been, I thought I saw a question. Okay, how easy is it for an entry-level manager to get a job or paid internship? Yes, there are opportunities for internship. What you can do is you can leverage. Okay, Miss Mosun, your number is noted. So let me copy it and share it with the facilitator so that you can be added. Please give me a second. All right. I've shared your number. You'll be added into the group. Okay, Christiana Okonko as well. All right, I've done that. Okay, to answer that question, yes, you can. There are opportunities for paid internship, and sometimes you might not even actually get. And even if you don't get a paid internship, one thing about experience is you don't have to. You can make yourself available if it's just 3 months to get. Okay, I have another message here. Just to gain experiential knowledge. And how can you do that? You can align yourself with someone that, you can align yourself with someone that is a project manager who has the experience already, and then you can work with that person. It could be paid and it could not be paid, just for, to get in an experience to see, okay, what are the expectations? Okay, what does it feel like? Oh, what am I expected to do? Oh, this and that. And then also, of course, there are opportunities for paid internship. You can get paid internship. There are different numerous posts online, jobs opportunities, job groups where they post some of these things. So you are the one that will have to sacrifice. The pay might not be very handsome, but for the sake of experience, you can make yourself available to do that. And then you can also just attach yourself with someone that already works in the industry, and then you can work with that person, whether paid or not. Maybe even before 2-3 months, just to get in an experience. But one thing about the project management course is when we have taken you through this course end to end, honestly speaking, you would actually gain the necessary knowledge of what you are expected to do, honestly speaking, and it will not be confusing. And even though you are a newbie in the industry, you will still be able to integrate if you have the possibility to join an organization. It's one of the things that you'll be taught, for those that want to know more about project management. All right, so we are out of time already. Apologies, I won't be able to take many more questions, but you can note down your questions. We're going to have another session again next week, same time, Saturday. So you can note down your questions today. The ones that I cannot answer because we are out of time, I should be able to answer them next week, hopefully by God's grace. All right. So I really want to appreciate everyone that has, enrolled for this class and for the attention that you paid during the class. I really had a good time. Thank you all so much. I can't wait to see you again next week. Same time, the link will be shared. Thank you all so much. Let's have a wonderful